Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Rise of the Ordning. We hope you're doing well tonight. This is definitely the first time I'm doing the intro. Yep, But as we are getting rolling here, hello to our friends on Twitch. Reminder to snag your bingo card. I'm in the process of redoing this. I'm hoping to have it done for next week. If you are with us on YouTube, hello. We hope you are doing well. If you're watching this on Saturday, welcome on in. And yeah, couple of quick announcements before we get going. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube, make sure you check down below, hit that subscribe button. I know a lot of people forget to do that. As well as if you're on Twitch, make sure you are subscribed. We put out shorts pretty much every day, both on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, so all three. And all of that information and all the links are on my website on the Get Connected page. So make sure you check that out. We also do have a podcast that our guest player Kyber co-stars with me in, so make sure you check that out. We have a couple episodes that are working on getting edited and should be out shortly in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. And yeah, that's what I got. I hope you guys are doing well, and we're gonna get rolling because nobody wants to hear me yap. Except now I'm going to yap more.
Why isn't someone here exclusively to hear you yap?
Isn't that why you wanted to be a DM in the first place?
I like yapping.
Yap.
Honestly, yeah, that's fair. I do. People do like hearing me yap. Okay.
How do you think I became a DM?
People like hearing you yap too. So, with that being said, last we left off. Oh, before I did also forget to acknowledge, we are once again short a Nyx. Shorty is very, very sorry. He unfortunately got a flat tire and is very stuck. So he's attempting to get here when he gets here, but likely we will not have him. So, again. That being said, last we left off, the group had been raiding Grudhog, home of the Hill Giant Lord, for several different reasons. Firstly, in order to proceed to the Storm Giant Court to find out what is happening with the Ordning, they needed a conch from each of the current corrupt lords, who are trying to prove that they should be at the top of the Ordning. Secondly, to Zyra and subsequently the rest of the group had been asked by their new compatriot Vallano, a fellow member of the Church of Simona, to assist in freeing the people of this valley of Grudhog's presence, as the hill giants have been stealing crops, livestock, and even people, and also blocking up a river. Using the information scouted by Vallano, the group approached a beaver-like dam of mud and trees with some stealth, avoiding the guard tower and sneaking in a back cave, releasing a few sheep to the wild along the way to distract some orcs, continuing stealthily past sleeping giants and several boars in cages. They came to face a wide open cavern full of pigs, hobgoblins, and a large Etten. After scouting for a bit and realizing that there's large holes in the ceiling, they managed to get eyes on Chief Guh, the largest of the hill giants, sitting on her wagon and demanding food even into the late hour. Using some context clues and information from Vallano, the group realized that Chief Guh was the leader of the hill giants because they believe that biggest is the best. Thus began Project Liposuction, where two of our beloved familiars, Mippet and Morgan, delivered a common magic item known as the Slimming Cone to assist Chief Guh in no longer being the largest hill giant. A very large amount of fat poured out of her, breaking the grate and dropping onto the floor below, crushing a couple pigs and feeding the rest of them. And thus chaos began. Ravasi lit the waterfall of fat on fire, and fighting between the giants broke out above. Well, the group was discovered and descended on by an army of hobgoblins, an Etten named Oinker Boinker, and flanked by a couple of the sleeping hill giants that they had passed. Luckily, they managed to use some smart magic to cause the Etten to kill his army of pigs, evade and pick off hobgoblins, and Komori tanked two hill giants, all while they tracked down and freed the kidnapped people. With some well-placed, I think it was plant growth, specifically, the group managed to escape unseen while the rest of the denizens, with unseen of the rest of the denizens of Grudhog with the innocent people that they had saved, well, Nyx and Ravasi used some handy illusion magic to loot the dead Chief Guh, and who was apparently killed in the uprising, and found the conch. Thus, all of Grudhog has been scattered. The people were saved, and the group met back up to do one last task for the evening. They all channeled magic through Vallano to call the wrath of his goddess onto the dam that had been plaguing the land with another well-placed plant growth, and freed the water back to the farmer in new rivulets of streams. And thus so, as these streams were born that day, the group retreated back to the airship. The evening went by. It was like the middle of the night. Went by in a blur. The exhausted family in the morning was being escorted back to their home by the halfling, and the barbarian man retreated north, not even being willing to rest. But he made a gesture over his heart as he bowed, and you get the sense that if you run into him again, you have an assistance. That he believes he is indebted to you. You rested, and you have spent the morning hunting down the various denizens of Grudhog, making sure that they know to stay scattered. And this is where we zoom back in. It is the middle of the afternoon after a bit of a lunch break, and the group is very fast coming up on 3 hill giants, hoping to close the distance before they make notice and throw some rocks at you. And we're gonna just bop into a quick little for funsies why is it on that map? I thought I moved you off of that map, but it's fine. We're gonna bop over to a quick little for funsies combat with a couple of hill giants, as you are assisting Vallano in hunting down a couple of the ones that would definitely plague the denizens of the area. So, with that being said,
I'm so sorry, DM. I just got the most intense flashbacks of almost dying on this map.
You're welcome.
And I'm pretty sure I almost perished as a different character, which is even funnier to me.
No, it was Ravasi on this map. You guys were fighting the barbarians of
Yes, I did almost
the
perish.
ravens.
I thought this was my other lad.
Oh, no. But yeah, I'm reusing this map. This is my hill map.
It's a great map.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Kenny, are you alive?
Oh, yes, I am alive, believe it or not, contrary to popular belief.
Okay, and then...
Oh man, I already made plans for bones.
I know everybody wants my only Zari wants my bones, but
No, everybody wants your bones. Let's be real.
I'll steal your bones if you want.
I was like, they want your bones in one way or another.
I'll steal a singular bone. I'll make a die out of it.
Okay. Kyber, if you could click on your character token and roll me some initiative. Same with Kenny. And then we are going to get some initiative going for my hill giant baddies, and we're gonna do just a little bit of for funsies. Why?
oh, is it not working? Hell.
I love the
Oh, there it is.
show.
It took a second. Okay.
Oh dear lord. I cannot apparently find
a finger bone? An ear bone? I'll take an ear bone. You don't need an ear bone.
You should have some metatarsals. Just a couple. You got
Yeah, exactly.
That's so many metatarsals.
so many of them.
You have so many.
Okay.
You only need one.
So, with that being said, is there any way specifically, as I said, you guys know that these hill giants will throw rocks. And so you also know that they're stupid and struggle to see things or are not very observant. And so you guys could have taken some time to kind of stealthily close the distance here. And
could we have not bunched up?
And yeah, absolutely. So put yourself wherever you would like to be. If somebody wants to be on the broom with Tazira, you can absolutely be on the broom with Tazira. However you want to springboard people forward as quickly as possible. And it's not going to be a surprise round because at this point they'll see you coming. But if you want to be within, marching distance, you can absolutely. Yeah, there you
DM,
go.
what is the weather?
The weather is... It's okay. So there was a storm the previous night, and it was kind of rainy and drizzly all into the morning. And I think it broke, and it's cloudy with a little bit of sun coming through.
Gotcha. I'm going to try and be in the sun as much as possible, so that if they try and look at me on the broom, it is hard to look and aim.
Okay, sounds.
I'm afraid.
Alrighty. Kenny, is that where you want to be? Do you really want to spend your whole first round running to the giants?
I mean,
Dennis,
I usually...
are you muted?
No, I'm not muted.
Do you have 40?
Ooh.
Okay, you can get there.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay, I was judging you a little bit.
I think I just have you quiet. I do have you quiet. Why do I have?
I was gonna... Is it because I'm usually too loud for my own good?
No, it's because my headphones have been weird, and so everyone's been loud, and I fixed it finally, so...
Nice.
I've just been slowly lowering people.
Totally fair. Okay, that being said, top of the round, Vallano with a 25 initiative. Hell yeah.
This isn't even my final form.
I know, right?
Oh, no.
Well, it is, because you're not coming back, cries.
As far as you know.
Sag.
So I have a shot? Let me rephrase. So Ravasi has a shot?
You don't know.
Yeah, we totally don't have any other ties to the Church of Simona in this group. Don't worry about that.
Definitely no ties.
Ravasi has a
Single
shot?
one.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Vallano, what would you like to do?
I am going to Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
As one does.
As one does.
As a warlock.
Also, I rolled so well for them. Can we please appreciate? Yeah, you absolutely hit the first one.
Cool. Just gonna click this button. Ooh.
Nice. 10 force damage. And are you pulling yourself closer?
I will indeed. I would like to shoot him in the back of the neck and now be standing on a shoulder.
Yep, as the chain of the Eldritch Blast goes out, blasting into him, essentially like grappling hook style, grabbing into the back of his neck as he screeches as you pull all the way up to stand on his shoulder. Amazing. First attack, what would you like to do for your second attack? Oh, wait.
I don't get a second attack. I only get an action.
I thought you get a second Eldritch Blast.
Do I?
Or is that a higher level?
That's at higher level Warlock.
Okay,
the problem
okay.
is I put all those levels into Rogue.
Perfect.
You're used to me.
I do get a bonus action. Let's see here. Is steady aim a thing I can do?
Yeah, I allow steady aim.
Well, no, because I'm reading it and it would apply to my next attack. I've already taken my attack action, so I can't do that this run. Unless you're going to let me carry that over to my next turn.
I mean, the wording I've always read is you can carry it over to your next turn.
You get 2 blasts because it's overall level for Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I thought you got 2 blasts. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and take your second blast. Although
I'm going to hit the same one again.
It will be a disadvantage because you are right on top of his face.
Or I could shoot the next one.
You can absolutely shoot the next one.
That I will do.
This is not a DM, did we have homework, but isn't it just like if you are within melee range of anyone, all range attacks are at disadvantage?
I've never played it that way. I've always played it that if you are within 5 feet, you can't. The one you're within 5 feet of is at disadvantage. I've never played that all ranged attacks are at disadvantage, and I could be very well wrong, but I've always played it that way, so we're playing it that way.
Sly isn't going to complain about that.
Yeah,
How does a
must have
17
known.
do?
definitely hits. Okay, 8 force damage
Now,
to the guy up
Out
there.
of curiosity, can I grapple again?
Sure. But since it's not like magical teleporting, you will get an attack of opportunity.
Hold on. Are we sure about that?
Or you could use your bonus action to disengage if you would like.
No, I'm double checking one thing. Okay. I will have to disengage because I was wondering if Rakish Audacity would kick in, but that's only for melee attacks. Yeah, I'm gonna disengage as I leap to stand on this guy's shoulder.
Sounds amazing. Alrighty. And Komori, are you tearing up? It is your turn with some hill giants next.
Oh, yeah, you know I'm gonna go tearing up on one of them. Yep, get to the 40 feet. Bonus action, we're gonna rage.
Nice.
And because I've learned my lessons, especially with hell giants, you do not bite. You do not bite. You taste awful. You go and claw right into them. So, because my claw form, we're gonna be doing 3 attacks.
Hits.
Uno, dos,
Hits.
tres.
And an 11 misses.
That's fair.
Plus an additional
Alright.
4, so that's a total of 15 damage as your claws rake twice. Are you attempting to climb up this giant for funsies or to join Vallano on the shoulders?
For fun. You know what? For funsies, absolutely.
Sure. I'll say that you get partway up the giant as with your claws as you jab them in, partially doing damage, also partially climbing. You guys have been like,
Yay.
I don't want to say for sport chasing down some of these guys, but there's some semblance of you're doing this a little bit for fun.
A little bit, but they're being jerks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, that is your action bonus action, and it is now my giant's turn. Attempting to attack you, Komori. 14 and a nat 20.
The 14 is a miss.
One moment, DM, because I totally forgot to roll my portents.
Oh, yep.
Shit.
That is not a partner roll.
No,
it's
that's a mess.
Wait,
gonna
you don't get 3 yet?
3
I get
negative.
my cards.
You what?
I have my deck of the oracles, which basically gives me a third one.
That's right.
Oh,
Yo.
you're right!
Okay, what would you like that nat 20 to be?
A 4, please.
Okay, so with a 4 plus their 8
Thank
is a
you.
12. So that misses. So like it's like we're zooming in, watching as Komori is running up to this creature, grinning and like clawing into him. And he misses as she is starting to climb him, but then there's like a really intense looking hit that is going to definitely bash Komori off this guy's leg as Tazira's magic kind of resets it almost. Like you see a potentiality where Komori gets bashed off, and you see it too, Komori, and suddenly it's not there anymore. Okay, Vallano, there is 2 against you. That's a 22 and an 18 to hit you.
The first one will hit, the second one will not.
Okay, 16 bludgeoning damage as it hits you, but then he manages to, or you manage to dodge
Wait,
the
hold
second
on.
one.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. No. I reaction shield.
Ooh, love. New
Question on
abilities. Answer.
So that brings me to 24. Considering that one was slapping his own shoulder to hit me and the other one was swinging at me and now doesn't hit,
no, it
does
was
he
this-
hit his friend?
It was the same guy that was hitting you.
Oh, I
This
see.
guy
I'm
hasn't
caught
gone
up
yet.
now.
They have
Sorry.
2 attacks. But it's more for flavor that you're like on top of him. I don't maybe I'll think about in the future some mechanics for kind of that to give you guys some ability. But
That would be funny.
it would be very funny. This one's going to bound forward, picking up a rock, and is going to throw it at Ravasi. That is a 15 to hit
charging
you.
up a fireball. A 15 misses, DM.
Okay, as you
I presume.
very nimbly dodge out of the way of a rock coming your way.
But he's going to yell, I haven't done anything!
To Zyra, I will say, you have been dealing with stuff all morning. If you wanted to have cast Mage Armor this morning, you absolutely could have. I think...
Bold of you if I have mage armor.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm more...
It's not better than my regular.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Your AC is so low!
I'm
just-
the one with mage armor.
Oh, goodness. Well, Ravasi, if you wanted to have had Mage Armor, you could have.
I presumed I would have casted mage armor.
Cool.
Thank you, DM.
Okay, Ravasi, it is now your turn. Mr. I haven't done anything.
Well, yeah, Mr. I haven't done anything. You see him for a second. He was like kind of like aiming, and then sighs. They never let me have fun. And he'll cast Eldritch Blasts instead.
Okay. Poor Ravasi.
He just wants to fireball. Is that too much to ask? I have to get them all. I have to get them all out here because I can't in my normal campaign. Not my normal campaign. My campaign where I'm a wizard. All right. This is which one was the one that looked the most hurt? I'm not sure if any of them have been super hurt yet. I'll attack this one.
I was like just kind of the one Kamori's on because he took 2 hits as opposed to Vallano splitting.
Does a 21 hit?
Definitely. Okay.
For 9.
For 9 force damage.
And then a 23 DM for 15.
Okay.
Hello? If I
Stop.
disappear?
I accidentally muted myself typing. I'm so sorry.
No.
That's what I get for pressing buttons while I'm trying to DM, I guess.
Do I get something special?
No.
24 damage.
I got it.
24
Sounds good.
damage.
Thank you for the damages. Here, 2 Eldritch Blasts kind of pelt him in the shoulders as he's stalking towards you. Does not seem to deter him.
Yeah, I figured. He sighs and goes, alright then. Oh, I just need the line now. I don't need the circle, unfortunately. And he goes, alright then, Kamari! Help!
Yeah.
In just the most deadpan tone, and as you get a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Just help.
Help.
As he backs up.
Okay. And just saying, the map does not fall off after... You're not going to fall off a cliff if you go off the map. That's just the extent of what is rendered.
Yeah.
So, okay. To Zyra, what would you like to do?
Alrighty, let me look at something real quick. Gosh darn it, Komori. I love ya, but... That's okay.
Melee fighters versus AoE spellcasters.
Honestly, the true BBEG.
Alright.
Party.
Think you've got this one.
I will, so I'm going to bonus action first do my wild shape, taking the form of the archer, and
Cool.
then I am 4th level moonbeam on this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck you in particular, I just want to erase you off of this map. Can I get a con saving throw of 17, please?
6.
Alrighty, he fails. He's going to take all this damage. 12 radiant damage, as well as, let's see, so I get to make this as a, oh my gosh, why is my mouse wigging out? mouse is wigging so bad. Jeez. There we go.
18 definitely hits.
For another 11 radiant damage. 6 radiant damage, sorry.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Sounds
And
good. And that's it, you said?
Yep. I am just going to try and stay directly in the sun in comparison to them.
Okay. As this guy is stalking forward, hitting by Ravasi's 2 Eldritch Blasts, and then literally lit up in bright light as Tazira also wails into him. He's starting to look kind of hurt. Vallano, top of the round, it is your turn.
Indeed. So now I'm going to pray unto the D&D gods for a good roll for this, because I am going to do a science experiment. I need to see how good I did at doing a good stab. So here's my plan that I'm going to say out loud. Booming Blade is a cantrip.
Booming Blade is a cantrip.
Branding Smite is a bonus action.
Branding Smite is a bonus action.
My Rapier do good poke.
Okay, so you cast Branding Smite as a bonus action. And then
Indeed,
attack.
I do. I didn't mean to actually roll that. I just meant to click the button, but okay. Thanks,
It's
D&D
fine.
Beyond.
We don't count that.
That's fair. Pray for me, chat. I'm gonna need the luck.
I mean, they got low AC. If you fail, I'll... I'm replacing that with an 11.
Wow.
I'm going to cry.
Take an 11, my friend.
Oh,
There's a
Tazira.
21 overhit.
What happens is you lose your footing and you feel yourself beginning to fall, and then it's weird in the sense that it glitches out and suddenly you're a couple seconds back, and rather than losing your footing and falling, you feel your rapier stab fully into his shoulder as you like swing around and manage to get your feet back on the top of the giant, stabbing down into the giant with a huge burst of energy. And you look over to Tazira and you recognize like a magical signature.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll all of your damage. So it's Branding Smite, our Booming Blade, and technically you're attacking with an item, so I'm going to allow your sneak attack on there.
So let's start with that.
Okay.
Now, before you do anything with that,
Okay.
feat Piercer, which allows me to re-roll some dice. I'm just trying to remember how many.
I think it's just your weapon dice if you would like to. But you rolled a 7, which is pretty good.
Oh, I thought my sneak attack damage was also counted as piercing. My apologies.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does count as piercing. You are very right. No, absolutely. Go ahead and re-roll one of those ones if you want.
I would love to re-roll one of those ones. So I'll just roll a d6 flat.
Yep.
That's now a 4. So
Oh.
add 3.
Okay, so 18 plus 3 is 21.
Mm-hmm. Now I actually have to roll the Branding Smite damage from
For
earlier.
reals. 9. Nice. Like that better.
So that's 30 damage.
And then
No,
don't
it's
forget
not
your
the-
Booming Blade.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Oh, or is this... Or what? I don't know what level you're at.
It's overall
Boom.
level for cantrips.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. So that is
So
a total of 30,
46.
35 damage for now. If he moves, then it's that additional 11.
Sick.
Okay. So, like, as you're stabbing fully into his shoulder and getting your feet back under you, swinging back around, a huge burst of energy as he's starting to, like, not look so good, as you bring retribution on these giants who have been plaguing the countryside for too long.
Indeed.
Beautiful round.
And then I'm gonna hop down and move.
Okay. Disengage, I assume?
No, I don't need to.
Oh, good point! You attacked him! Or these-
Indeed, I did. So
as
now I'm
he-
30 feet away.
Perfect. As he slowly swings around to try to hit you, you easily running down the side of his body, and tearing away. Lovely. Anything else?
That action to bonus action, get moved. I'm good.
Okay, Komori, you have been deadpanningly told help. What do you do?
I'm just gonna go, and then claw at the same guy I was doing the claw at before.
Komori's like halfway up this guy with her claws in, is like, nah, man. I'm gonna keep going. Oh, buddy, Komori.
Remember you have...
Is it a D6 or 8?
It's still a D6. It'll be a D8 soon.
You can roll a d6.
Yeah, why not?
Half chance.
At least for that third one.
It's like a 50-50. Wait, what's the third one? I only see 2. I see a natural 1 and a 10.
Oh. Well, we'll use it for that other one there. That second one then, because I thought I hit it 3 times. That's why I was confused.
No, you only hit it twice. So 15 for the second one does hit as you hear Rivasi's cry. Go ahead and roll your third.
It wasn't a cry.
I don't know, man.
It could have very well been.
It was a very deadpan cry. Okay, the third one does hit, so go ahead and roll me some damage.
You got it.
Okay.
Does that second one hit as a 15?
Yeah, that second one does hit as a 15. So 2 damage, 2 hit, for a total of 14 with your rage.
Yeah, and then
Yup.
if that was from mine, he also takes an additional. I need a con save. Ooh, it's both within 5 feet. I need both of these guys next to Komori to make a DC 17 con save or take an extra 5 thunder damage.
They both.
Shit.
They both fail, and Ravasi, I think this is the first time you see this.
This is the first time you've seen this.
Well, yeah, as the moat of your inspirational magic has been swirling around Komori, and you see that she was about to miss, and the moat kind of just comes down and explodes, diving her claws in further as both of these guys rear back in thunder damage, and Komori just, like, looks back at you like, what the fuck?
Yup.
He also has the same look of what? Huh?
Huh? What?
Did that do that last time? Because the last time he did casted a bardic, Vallano was out of sight when it went off.
Mm-hmm.
Vallano shall sign yes. I don't know if Ravasi can see it.
Close enough. Huh.
That's hilarious.
Neat. I wonder if it can do other things.
Aw, cute. Okay, Komori, that is your turn. First of all, let's start with the hill giant that is going to now chase Vallano. So, that additional 11 thunder damage does indeed go off as he goes tearing after Vallano. Does not associate the fact that moving did him damage because he's a silly, goofy hill giant. And is wildly swinging at Vallano. The first one misses, bashing against the ground, but the second one, I rolled another natural 20.
Oh yeah.
Stop, DM.
You're
Yeah.
gonna
It's
have
fine.
to
I got this.
no.
Okay, so Vallano
I can take it.
takes this as a 28 to hit for a total of 42 damage.
Or I can uncanny dodge and take 21 instead.
I think you should. Not to tell you how to play your character, but... Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Oh dear lord. Anyway, the one that Komori is climbing is going to attempt to attack her. That is a 15 and a 20.
The 15 missed. The 20 is a hit.
What were you saying, Cece?
Is that the one that's in the blue?
Right here. Not the one that's in the blue. We're gonna get to him in a second.
Beautiful.
Okay, so the 20 hits for 17 bludgeoning, which is halved to 16, 8.
Okay.
And then Mr. in the blue is gonna roll a Constitution saving throw. He rolled a 14, so go ahead and roll me some moonbeam damage.
Yeah.
Oh my
20.
goodness. Hell yeah. He is really not looking good. Okay, honestly, I think he's gonna try to pull Komori off of, the other giant. So, that is 2 hits, a 12 and another natural 20. Holy crap, guys, I'm so sorry.
Wow. They've really got it out for me. The 12 is a miss, so.
A fun little.
They're just like hitting real hard. Okay, so that is a total of 39 damage, which for you is halved to 19.
It's fine. It's just to be like, can you not? Oh, you know what I realized too? I didn't take a long rest from last time. Whoopsie.
Hey, literally what I said was take a long rest.
It's fine. Yeah.
Careful,
It's all
I
good.
heard DM can revoke your DM privileges.
I can lose DM privileges.
No,
Wait, I'm
long
not
rest
DMing anyway.
privileges.
Okay.
Long rest privileges. Damn, that would have been such a cool little bit, and I biffed it.
It's fine.
Damn.
Okay.
YouTube Shorts will no longer like me.
Okay, Ravasi, it is now your turn with Tazira on deck.
Which one's the one that Desira's been fucking up? Because I can't see the little circle, the moonbeam.
shoot.
This one right here.
I don't see. Wrong layer?
Lefty.
The lefty.
You've been hurting Lefty. Does he look bad?
Yeah, he looks horrible. Like, he's
Okay.
got, like, 1 hit away, but, like, he's getting there.
What about this guy?
He's,
The other one.
not bloodied yet.
I trust Desira to kill the one guy, so I will go for the other one. We have full faith that Vallano can 1v1 the one guy who just hit him for so much damage, and the 3 of us can take care of the other 2.
I know.
He is going to, snap his fingers. And he is going to... You know what? We'll try it. He is actually going to try his new cantrip out.
Ooh, okay.
You see him almost mimicking how Tazira does like the archer, except for with like a fire like elemental. You see him like take a shot as he casts Sorcerer's Burst. However, I do think this is going to be thunder damage, because our boy does like some thunder damage.
I mean,
Oh, please be
Vallano was just
cool.
using some thunder damage too.
Mhm. And I rolled like boo doo doo, and he goes, "Huh? I do hit him
Yes, you
for
do.
3 damage."
Okay, he takes
He
that
hits it, and he goes, "Huh? I need some more practice on that."
as like the thunder that is trailing behind the giant, right, that had just like ran by from Vallano's booming blade. You kind of grab it and hit the other giant, and it just doesn't quite do as much as you want to, but yeah, you're getting there.
He's gonna shuffle a few feet forward and yell, "All right, Vallano, let's see you finish that thing!" And he'll send another little bardic your way.
Okay, Vallano, you are bardicked. The official term. Okay, Tazira, it is now your turn with Vallano on deck.
Gotcha. So I have my little circle, and basically what I am going to do is just take it up there, and then take it down there, and then bring it back here.
Okay, doing a little run around.
Exactly. So I'm going to force all of them to make that Constitution saving throw
Cool.
again.
Let's do it in the order that would receive. So top, then to the right, then the one that you have originally been hitting. So,
Mhm.
That's a fail. That's a fail. That's a success. Look at this guy at the end. He knows what he's doing here. Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Also,
Too
I
bad-
rolled 2 6s in a row. And I was like, please give me a third one. That would be hilarious. And then I got a 21. Okay, as they take that damage, and the last one takes the last little bit, and it stays there. He looks like he's getting towards the end there.
Beautiful. I'm gonna help him along there, and I'm gonna do a Starry Archer. Does a 13 hit?
It just hits.
Beautiful. That is 9 radiant.
You help him along, and kind of your star arrow shoots into his knee as he begins to kind of topple. Looks like he's not doing well. One of his legs is given out.
Beautiful, and that is my turn.
Okay, Vallano, it is your turn with Komori on deck.
Hey. Well, unfortunately, because Warlock, I am very out of spell slots right now. So I'm gonna use, for the very first time, Hexblade's Curse.
Nice.
And we have not flavor texted how this is gonna look yet.
So you can describe how it looks.
So, in my head, and I don't know very much Latin, I'm just gonna look up at this creature and basically mark him for execution. So he's going to have Lady Simona's sigil emblazoned on his forehead, and there will be gold chains kind of wrapped around him. Not gonna do anything, it's cosmetic, but...
Love it. That sounds...
Now, I am going to stab him in the ankle, because I am small.
Because I am small. I know, lots of giant fighting. I've been, like, low-key thinking about watching Attack on Titan just to, like, be able to describe it a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead and roll the hit.
I am also, Bardic, correct?
You are, so
Yeah,
if you
you are
need to, you can add a d6.
I would like to, yes, please.
You do not need to. 13 hits.
Question on how that works, real quick.
Okay.
If you...
Oh.
Oh.
We lost a body.
Worth it.
Uh-oh.
The CC?
We have lost a CC.
CC!
Hopefully they'll be back
When
in a
it
second.
says I crit on a 19 or a 20, that's on the d20, not as a total, correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
CC's back.
It
In
threw
that
me
case,
forward for some reason.
can I use the Bardic to do more damage?
Yes, because... No, I'm not a Valor Bard. However, if you do use it, I do get to do the extra damage.
I will save it for a moment then.
Okay.
Because of Hexblade's Curse, I am already going to do an additional +4 bonus damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to Booming Blade again. Does that all work?
Sounds great.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
Oh my goodness.
That's a
Did not
very
roll.
good sneak attack.
Yeah, that's a very good sneak
Indeed.
attack.
+4, so we're at 33. And then I have to click the Booming Blade button.
Okay.
So 40 more damage. And I'm just gonna... Can I walk past him?
Yes, you can absolutely walk past him as you, essentially... How... You don't describe it. How do you fell this giant?
I'm gonna walk past him and slit his Achilles tendon, and then when he drops to his knees, slit his throat.
Nice.
And just, casually flick the blood off the sword and walk away, as one does.
As one does. That's so epic. As he falls to the ground, the whole ground in the area is shaking with his enormous weight. Okay. Anything else or any additional movement?
That took me 30 feet to get where I'm at. I don't? No, I did use a bonus action to cast Hexblade's Curse, but I do get 9 HP back, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tamori,
That's it for me.
it is now your turn.
Absolutely. I'm between dumb and dumber here, apparently. So I am... Which one of them's looking worse?
Definitely the one that you are...
the one that I'm on? Yeah.
No. The one that you're on is at about just getting bloodied. The one behind you has been peppered by your fellow friends.
Okay, so the one that's worse is the one that's behind me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to look into this one and just go, do you want to see a fun trick? And I'm just going to jump from him onto the other one.
Okay.
And basically try and claw him over and out.
For the sake of things, you're technically still in the same space, so... Oh my gosh. Natural 20 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll me that damage first.
Oh, okay. Let me just get my other attacks out of the way.
Okay.
Okay, it only did the second one, not the third. Whack.
You
Oh,
gotta
goodness
do, like, an
gracious.
extra second.
Yeah, okay. Give it a... I'm too quick on the draw. That's the issue. Okay, that one isn't going to hit. That's fine. Okay, so for the one, I'm going to roll 2d6. The hell was my bone? Okay, it is 3. Okay. Okay, so 10.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you kill him with the first swing. So you also fell this giant as you leap onto him and essentially just I'm gonna go a little brutal here. You rip his throat out and immediately leap back onto the giant that you were just on, catching him with his your claws and raking down as you slide a bit.
Yes.
Doing a bit more damage. This one is the only one left and he is definitely bloodied. However,
I literally jumped off of him just to jump onto the other guy, claw him to death, and use him as basically another kickstand to jump back on him.
perfect.
God, imagine if surfing was a thing in this world.
Komori would be great at surfing. She's very athletic.
She can cheat. She can breathe underwater.
And breathe underwater, yeah. However, it is Mr. Hillgiant's turn, and he's going to attempt to attack you twice. A 15, I think you said misses, but does an 18?
The 19 does hit because my AC is 18.
Oh, no, 18, I said. But it does hit. Meets it, beats it is how
I thought
we
you said
play.
19. That's why I was like, yeah.
Not quite. But that is 18 bludgeoning damage, half to 9.
Yep. Okay, that is not bad. We're still doing A-okay.
Okay. Ravasi, it is now your turn.
Ravasi's gonna look at that thing and he's gonna go, alright, why don't you just die already? And he is going to Toll the Dead it.
Okay. It's a wisdom saving throw.
These things are notoriously stupid.
That is a 6. He is notoriously stupid. Okay. Takes that
11 necrotic.
as a large, sonorous bell noise rings throughout the hills. Is this where I make a joke about the hills being alive with the sound of music?
Going booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
Oh, dear lord. Anything else from
Do
Ravasi?
this to me personally. I was gonna Bardic Komori again, but suddenly he feels through the ether a sense of disgust and decides not to.
Kenny's
That's
dying.
fair.
You can't hear
Oh
it, but he
my
was
lord.
dying. Okay.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead internally and externally.
It's
Okay, Tazira, it is now your turn.
Alrighty, time for my moonbeam to settle on him. Can I get a con saving throw, please?
Can you
Yes.
get your moonbeams to settle?
Indeed.
I should go
That
see
is a 15. I rolled well, but not well enough.
Yep. As he takes 20 radiant damage, and then I'm gonna shoot him
Okay.
with my archer. Get starbeamed, bitch.
Guess what? That's just how much health he had left.
You see as
Amazing.
Zari just like throws it out, not expecting it to, and the giant actually starts to fall, and you see her like, oh, I did that.
Yeah, absolutely. As it settles, and things start to chill a little bit, and just the air comes around and kind of calms down a bit as the last giant falls to his knees, and you begin to hear the animals and the birds start to come back in the area, and all is calm. For the sake of
Bossy.
things,
Gives
you...
a little golf clap
Yeah,
to Zyra.
nice job, Tyra.
Thank you.
The voice of God speaks to you for a moment.
She's religious. She'll believe it.
Honestly valid, yeah.
The voice of God says, "We have McDonald's at home."
Dear Lord. I will say, for the sake of things, you poke through their stuff and do manage to find a giant pair of old sandals, a 3 tall-foot idol depicting what looks to be a very fat giant, and a wagon wheel.
Out of sheer curiosity, I feel like I'm obligated to destroy false idols.
Sure.
Is anyone gonna be not okay with that?
No.
It looks like it's like made out of stone. It does not look like it's precious metals or anything.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ravasi is just going, probably go.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
probably.
look like and you do...
No. It's go.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you know what? Ravas can believe whatever he wants.
Look, he's delusional. It's alright.
Now I'm curious. Who does this look like, DM?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Yippee! I love rolling history checks.
Oh my gosh.
26!
So, with a 26, this is what I'm going to say. With a 26, you recognize that this depiction of definitely a hill giant looks almost identical to the depiction of the hill giant that was in the temple that just, got destroyed. The one that was offering the club. And so what you would assume is that hill giant probably has some sort of indication, or maybe you've heard rumors that maybe they had other gods than just the Allfather. Harshnag did kind of mention that in passing, and so you assume that likely that was the hill giant god. You wouldn't know too much about that, as you did not have time to do any research on the Endeavor.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I will.
We were running for burgers.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I have asked DM a brief question in DMs to confirm a detail.
Yes. Lady Simona would wish for a smash.
I shall destroy this false idol.
As you do, Desire looking over your shoulder for knowledge. Okay, the false idol is very aggressively destroyed.
I would like to submit a headcanon. Who here has seen Atlantis?
It's been a while, but yes.
So in Atlantis, there's a scene early on in the movie where Milo is geeking out over like this big column and like talking about the quality of the architecture, the history of it. And then a character walks up with some dynamite, blows it up, turns it into a bridge.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
imagining
I
a
remember
scene
that.
like that where Tazira's geeking out about like the history of it, and I just walk up and smash it.
Like, oh yeah, so this actually looks really similar to the carving style that we did see in the Temple of the Allfather. And you know, it's a real shame because now there's all of that historical architecture that's lost forever. Crack.
Then a little small explosion of light.
Heresy shall not be tolerated.
I feel like Komori and I both just silently watched Vallano just silently come up behind her and just...
Yep, pretty much.
More or less.
Huh. So Vallano would smash, I see.
But you wish it was you, huh?
No.
I'm gonna inside check that the moment that my computer decides to actually. Can somebody roll an insight check for me? My computer's acting up.
I don't have your character sheet close to being up. Hold on. Oh my goodness.
I can roll the flat d20 if you want, if you know the modifiers.
It's like a +7 or something.
Just here's a flat d20.
It's at least a plus.
Have an 11.
So at least a 16.
Ravasi, what are you? You can whisper me a roll if you would like it to be hidden.
I forget how the whisper rolls from D&D Beyond. Hold on. I have to go to the Beyond 20 extension and hit whisper, right?
Yes.
Alright. DM, do not be surprised or shocked or say anything.
I'm not going to say anything. Okay. Tazira, it's kind of hard to read. You're not sure if Ravasi is lying or telling the truth or what emotion is happening.
He's just saying it a little bit too much in that deadpan voice he's been trying out all day.
Mm-hmm.
Are you good, Ravasi? Like, that tone freaks me out.
Oh, I was attempting a new style of humor. I've been told that the deadpan dry cut is fun and interesting. I don't really think it works for me though.
Yeah, no, I prefer your bouncy flouncy self.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I was gonna cut in and sign. I don't think this does that charm thing you talked about earlier.
But do you think I am charming? That's the important question.
I'm just gonna traumatize you now. Vallano's gonna sign back. I genuinely hope you learn to see the beauty in yourself that you see in others.
He looks like he's actually thinking about it for a second. Like he's trying to decide how he wants to respond to that. And he just signs back to, that's very sweet, but, honeyed lies are still lies.
Vallano's gonna tilt his head in confusion because he's never lied in his life.
Desire just gives him a sad look.
Alright then. Komori, stop trying to eat the head.
What are you talking about? Why would I eat one of these things when they're disgusting?
You know, you have been trying to put your mouth on a lot of head recently. I'd like you all to know that was for my husband, who just walked into the room and gave me the most disappointed look.
Oh, then that's perfectly fine. Okay, continue.
Acceptable.
And for TikTok later. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Oh my god. Lunar, clip that. Okay, anyway.
That does not need to be canon. I just I love you. Don't shake your head at me. Yes, sign back. I love you. I appreciate you. He married me for obvious reasons, guys.
Very obvious reasons. All right. So this was the last group of hill giants that you were kind of chasing down. The rest of them have very evidently left the area and gone north, where you know there's not like a ton of societies. And so you're a little less worried about that. And the goblinoids and hobgoblinoids have also continued to go north.
Gotcha.
How I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds on the Vallano.
Does this mean I can make a joke about needing an excuse to touch Vallano after that?
You wouldn't need to make a joke because you're just right.
Understandable.
Damn.
It's not sexy though. Not to ruin the funny haha mood, but like it is a legitimate, like, very kind, I know Vallano doesn't really understand subtext, but I also feel like he understands the language of, like, sign language and kind of using, I feel like he understands, like, the language of hands. I don't know how else to explain that.
Body language.
Yeah.
Sheer desire to start playing Careless Whisper right now. Continue.
Hide it.
He is healing you, and it feels like a thank you.
Oh.
In a way that you know, you get a very strong sense of, oh, he can't say that out loud.
Oh. I do have detect thoughts that I can use technically.
If you want to.
Wait, no, I don't have that.
No,
Never
you
mind. That
don't.
was not. That's right. That's not canon. I forgot.
I just don't know how to get rid of it on the feet.
I forget that sometimes.
Sorry.
I have thoughts, but that's not useful for you.
No, it is not.
With that, you have, as I said, you've kind of like felt like this whole area is safe. That you've tracked down the last of the hill giants that would continue to plague the land, and the rest have fled, and the message has been sent. And as you kind of were traveling through this area, you did walk past a couple of farms, and a lot of them waved at you. You get the sense that information about this group specifically that freed the people of this area from Grudhog has been passing through very quickly.
Oh. Desira will kind of smile at that a little bit to herself. Vallano, is there anything else that you need us to do?
No. He is still a man of few words.
Alrighty then. Well, we have more giant lords to kill, that's for sure.
You guys can begin walking back towards where you kind of left the airship.
Vallano is going to offer everyone coffee on a lunch break.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I think we kind of fade to this scene where the airship is anchored in the background, and you're kind of all picnicking in the hills as the sun is beginning to set, drinking coffee or whatever else. As you think about the next steps, this step in your journey in the hill giant story that picked up so quickly and yet finished so quickly. But this step is done. you have defeated one of the five giant lords. Very quickly, mind you, and very efficiently.
Well, I guess the question is, what are the next steps?
I'm gonna slurp my coffee and look at our oracle.
You see as she kind of realizes that, oh shit, no, you're relying on me, and you see her pale even more than she already is.
Oh, you don't need to pale. You're actually quite good at this. You know that, right?
I've just kind of been faking it to as good as I can and just trying to do a best. I mean, I'm not faking the vision stuff, obviously, but you know.
I mean, don't we all just pretend until our masks become ourselves?
Vallano's just gonna look at him at that point.
It's very poetic.
He's very pointedly ignoring you.
I'm writing that down, by the way.
It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So we've got a couple of ways that we can move then, for sure. Our top concerns are obviously we want to be able to collect these 5 conchs to reset the Ordning. We have the one who betrays, who is currently on the loose, and we don't know where. The Oracle is gone, so we can't ask any more questions there. Is there any other pressing matters that I'm not aware of at the moment?
Let me go look through my notes. Hold on.
I guess we also have Lily as a concern as well.
But we don't really know. We don't really have any leads on her.
Unfortunately.
To Zyra, you kind of have a lead on her. You're the last one to see her.
I mean, last time I saw her, she was in the Village of Hearths and she was looking for Artist Climber and his ring. So that is a bit of a lead, and I've met his son, but apparently he went off of this plane, so our best guess is trying to figure out which plane he went to.
His son also, you would recall, I don't know if Cece recalls, but you would recall, was heading down to Naso to speak with the Wyvern Wing Adventuring Guild.
Gotcha. And his son's going down to Naso right now to speak with the Wyvern Wing Guild. So that's one thing we could do. We could also potentially, if we wanted to, go to Tobias's tower, ask him and inform him about the dragons that we've been seeing and see if we can do some research there, if he has any resources he can give us, and then go to the stone giants after that. Those are the 2 leads that I'm seeing right now.
I like that. And
I suppose if we go down to Nazo, we can always hit perhaps the fire giants while we're down.
that's true. We do have the unfortunate time stamp on that, but I also fire giants that we dealt with were nearly killed us several times, and I'm a little worried that we're not up to the task yet.
That's fair.
I'm gonna look over to Komori. Komori, would you be interested in looking for the cloud giants? Did I get the sense that the lady was a cloud or a storm giant? That I saw.
You
I
saw
don't
a
remember
storm
off the top
giant.
of my head.
Very, yes, much.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we could, but I guess I'm just worried about us being a little out of our depth, you know?
Yeah. I'm also worried about trying to go after Lily, the necromancer who said she would very viciously break you. That we're also not strong enough to face her yet. No offense to Nyx, But the rest of us, I feel like that's not an insult to the rest of us.
No, it's not. So I guess the most logical path seems like go to Tobias and then go to the Stone Giants.
Maybe he. Oh my gosh. I could get a proper bath. Oh,
His bath is so nice.
I haven't been yet. I just got to stare longingly at it before I got sent off on another mission.
Oh, it kind of at the thought of Tobias, Desira will actually look over to Vallano and just kind of connect to his head and just say, just double checking. We're cool for like, unless my parents very specifically ask and it's necessary for you not to tell them where I am. They think I'm with Tobias right now, I think.
You're gonna hear back, fear not, Parvamanus. They will not know.
Cool. And the rest of you just see like Desira relax a little bit.
Insight check. I have a flat 0 now, guys. No, he did not catch that.
Nope.
He is currently staring off into the distance, contemplating all of the horrifying things, but also, I get a bath.
I'm going to say, for the sake of things, I'm not going to attempt to do Nyx's voice, but Nyx wakes up from her nap in the grass and just kind of like, Shorty very specifically said to reluctantly share the information that Nyx does have an aunt that lives somewhere in these hills that could be of some assistance.
Could you mark that on the...
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you pinged, you might have been on the wrong layer.
I'm on the token layer. Why is it giving issues?
Let me refresh, because maybe my Roll20 is just being slow.
Okay, I see it.
And then, why does this map not have Tobias?
Probably because we removed the pinus.
Tobias is right here. I think.
No? Well, we could always...
Yeah,
it's only an extra 20.7 feet. I'm sorry, that's one of my favorite stupid jokes.
I know.
It's a good one, though, you have to admit. And the airship people will be chill with us.
As far as you would know, as far as you would know, you were told that the airship is essentially at your disposal, as long as you continue to supply it after this last resupply that happened. You are welcome to use it as long as you need to. However, they are not combatants. They don't do well in fights. And you would know very specifically, Ravasi, as well as Tazira, that airships there's rumors of flying ships, but they're not very prevalent. This is likely one of the first couple that exist in the world. And so you get the sense that they are probably very costly to repair. So you are welcome to use it to bop around all of Ilumelan. Tazira, you also know that Tobias has access and multiple teleportation circles. So if at any point you would like to use teleportation circles to get somewhere faster, you absolutely can. And you get the sense that the airship will do whatever you want it to until Cloth calls them home.
Beautiful. Alrighty. I will give that information to the rest of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anywhere else that you guys need us to stop along the way? Or that we...
I am going to tap Tazira on the shoulder real quick.
I will look over.
I'm going to ask for, basically, can I have a word in private?
Yeah. I'll be right back, guys.
I will turn around so I cannot watch the conversation.
Nyx has absolutely conked back out in the grass.
Wonderful.
I am going to ask Komori about her opinions of milk or no milk in the coffee.
I mean,
I
doesn't
approve of this
bother me
conversation.
either way.
Oh, Komori doesn't have an opinion. Okay.
So, once Zari and I have kind of stepped away for a second, I'm going to reach into my cloak and pull out a quill.
Mhm.
And I'm going to offer it to you.
I will take it. Thank you, Vallano.
Now, DM, admittedly, because of the way you had permission set up, I could not actually read the page you sent me.
Oh no.
If you would not mind doing a describe for us.
I would. So Tazira, this quill is, it looks like I don't know what the word is, but the stem of the quill is made of gold, and all of the feathers are made of kind of varying shades of black and gray. And it does come like it's held in an inkwell that is also made of gold. And as you kind of like curiously pull it out, you see that the tip is golden as well. And it radiates a bit of magic. Vallano, you would know what we've discussed about this item and what it does.
I'm going to describe it then. This is a quill that you may use to contact me should you need my aid.
Oh,
anything you write, I will receive, and anything I write back, you will also receive. Do keep it near blank paper. It makes it more useful.
I'm going to correct this. Vallano, this does not contact you, actually. It contacts your contact. And your contact has the ability to mentally give you instructions.
That is more useful.
Yes.
To be clear, she is a very busy woman. But if you wish to reach her, you may visit her in person.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vallano, and thank you for everything that you were doing here.
I am going to DM you because the nickname won't make sense unless you know what it means.
Also, Cece, I've added Vallano's quill to your inventory.
Ooh.
It just kind of describes what it does, so you don't forget that you have the item. But if you use this quill to write on any paper, it writes in dark gold ink. Once the quill is set back into the ink bottle, the writing disappears, supposedly appearing to Vallano's contact with the matching quill. They can then write back when they are able to.
Ooh, beautiful.
Very clandestine. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to start handing out presents a little bit at a time.
Okay.
I'm going to nod, and then I'm actually going to bow to Tazira and thank her for her help with this quest, because it was very important.
Absolutely. It's the least that we can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep people safe, bring balance.
And Tazira, you would recognize that the style of bow he does is one that is typically revered for someone above your station. So, in your society. So it's like he's acknowledging your position as far as he's aware of it. And I think it's probably the first time that you specifically have been acknowledged in this way.
Like, you can see that this is a moment that, like, emotionally Tazira is holding like a pearl almost. Thank you so much, Vallano. It means the world coming from one of the eyes.
Forget not that you are worthy not because of birth, but because of deeds.
Damn, we're really just giving Zari all of the feelings today.
Lordy.
Quotes.
Yeah, my lord.
At that point, Vallano is going to kind of smile, turn away, and do his whole casual silent walking with his hands folded behind his back to rejoin the conversation about coffee and give Zari a moment to kind of pull herself together.
Right. Komori.
Right.
Now, do you taste the difference between the milk and sugar versus the milk and honey?
No.
How do you not? I need desperately to work on your palate. I'm doing my best, but like he's going to dump more sugar and more honey. Can you taste the difference now? Take the swig of water in between. Don't forget. But spit, don't swallow.
Roll a wisdom check, I guess. Or would this be Constitution?
Is this for me?
Yes.
I was gonna say, like,
What would a palate even be?
To like sense it, actually to sense it very specifically and sense flavoring, I'm choosing wisdom. Yeah, Komori, you cannot tell the difference.
they just taste sweet. Why are you saying there's a difference? They're real sugar at the end of the day.
Well, no, because how they're structured. Like, sorry, he doesn't understand that. He's not a chemist. Because of how they are made, where they are from. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. That's not fair.
And I'm a chemist.
Vallano's going to walk up at this point and say, "Have you considered trying salt? It helps with the bitterness."
Ravasi's gonna look at you with the most horrified face, and he'd go,
Wait, hold on.
Don't
gonna add some salt to your coffee?
You add salt, I am going to stop anything. No.
Vallano is trying so hard not to smile right now, just for reference. This is his first attempt at a joke.
I will. Why would you do this to me personally? What have I done to you to deserve such horribleness done to something that's such a gift that coffee is? I haven't had coffee in months. And you would curse
Well, have more.
with this.
Slowly still reaches for the salt.
I'm gonna smack your
Vallano's
hands.
going to turn at this point and interrupt Komori and offer Komori a bunch of health potions.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, one greater potion of healing, and I think it was 4 regular potions of healing.
Thank you.
Your health is important.
Well, that's
why you shouldn't drink the salt with the coffee.
Vallano is going to turn back to Ravasi at this point and offer a single potion that's kind of from the description I'm reading on the interwebs, kind of a soft glowing orange. It's warm.
That is not a potion of healing, is it?
No.
He will take the mysterious potion. DM, what am I putting in my inventory?
Potion of fire resistance.
And Vallano's gonna pull out of his pocket ? Because no one ever figures out where Vallano pulls stuff out from.
It's his butthole.
No. That's the secret Mousecatool that we save for later.
Oh my gosh.
We saved the Mousecatool?
Well, Ravasi sure didn't ask about it. Anyway, I'm going to hand Ravasi a scroll and kind of sign, "This is for anyone who wishes to use it," but I assume Nyx will be the most interested.
I'm gonna look over at sleeping Nyx and just very carefully slide it into her slide it into her pack with probably a little too much dexterity.
Understandable. I'm surprised no one asked what the scroll was.
He will ask after he puts it in. That's what she said.
Damn it.
Sorry, guys. It's been a week and a half.
Yep.
The
Listen.
amount of times I would have played Careless Whisper if we were not on stream.
Okay,
You're just gonna send me the 24-hour version, aren't you?
No, if I didn't like you that much, I'd send you Chairless Whisper.
What?
Send me Careless Whisper. I'm desperate. I need to know. And I know ignorance is bliss,
what
but
this
I need
is.
to know.
I know exactly what it is, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay,
I
anyway.
don't, and I've never been so afraid and excited in my life. I
Ravasi-
got married.
I got married. I love you, Sly.
Wow.
So Ravasi,
Scary, okay?
it is scary. Ravasi, you tuck the spell scroll.
You're right, that's fair. I'm scared still.
Okay, dear. You tuck the spell scroll into Nyx's stuff, and you turn back, and you were asking what it is.
Yes.
I'm going to say it is instructions. That way you may learn the spell I use to break the dam should you wish to learn it.
Ooh.
Fancy. Oh, wait, I just realized. Are you leaving Vallano?
Soon, I will likely drop at the next town so I may return home.
If you want, Bias has a lot of teleportation circles. You could probably use one of those to get home quicker.
Ah, yes. Master Tobias would be able to get me home much quicker.
I'm going to actually say, for the sake of things, Vallano, the quickest way, the amount of time that it would take to get to Tobias is longer, on an airship even, is longer than the amount of time it would take you to just, like, run to the port city a week down south.
I'm gonna do that then.
Yeah. You guys on the map are, like, kind of in this area. And there's a port city kind of like down here that goes straight to Simona City, as opposed to their trip this way and all the way across the continent.
That is fair.
DM, in the loot channel, do you want me to paste the screenshot from the D&D Beyond?
I'll grab it so that they're able to like actually add the spell.
Fair. I'm gonna send you the PNG if you just wanted to read it. I don't know what with the permissions and why it's being weird today.
I'll figure it out and fix it.
It is a good spell for bonking.
It is a great spell for bonking. But to answer your question, you likely are gonna want to dip before they get on the airship if they're heading north.
In that case, I'm gonna go. Unfortunately, you're heading the opposite direction of where I must go next. Even with the teleportations, it would take more time to get there than it would take me to reach there on my own.
Fair. Well, travel safe then.
Vasi's gonna grab you for a second. Well, at least can't do something as nice as this, but at least let me return the favor. And he's going to press into your hand a very soft, like ridiculously soft silk scarf, and it's embroidered, and you can feel with your hands this like silver, like actual silver thread of these really beautiful designs filled with stars and scenery and nature like symbols on it. I figured this would be the best gift for you.
Vallano is going to kind of run his hand over the surface to gently feel the textures for a second. And then once he has, he's going to carefully fold it and tuck it into his robes over his heart.
Be safe.
Vallano is going to smile and nod, and then walk off into the shadows to never be seen again. ?
Never be seen again.
Vallano will appear in the next Avengers movie.
As the sun is beginning to set, and Vallano kind of fades into one of the shadows of the hills, and you blink for a moment, and he is suddenly, like, no longer there.
You know what? That's actually expected. Appeared out of nowhere, disappeared out of nowhere.
Does that happen a lot?
Yeah, I mean, you're trained as well as, his people are, yeah?
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna go
guess.
give to Zyra another flat look and go, and you say I have many secrets. Anyway, shall we continue on? Let's go, Chop Chop. I'm gonna go bully Calcifer again because yesterday he kept sticking his little toesies out. And no can do.
Have fun with that, Ravasi.
And as you all begin to walk back to the airship, launching off into the night sky as you take a couple of days travel and are going to head north. It looked like the plan was to go visit Nyx's aunt first and then head on over to Tobias for a lovely bath and then maybe take on the stone giants. So we'll see what we want to do from there, or if you guys want to take a breather, fly south, and hit up a city, let me know. Or you could fly east, continue east. You did get an invitation to party in the Twin Cities that I can't remember the name of right now. So there's a couple of different options here. And so I guess we will see where the group goes in the next bit. So with that, I think this is a great place to end our session. We're gonna have a little bit of a shorter session tonight, as I do not want to push on to Nyx's aunt without Nyx here. So, but with that being said, I think that we will bring back our guest for a brief moment. I would love if everybody could say a grand thank you to Kyber for being an amazing guest star. I'm so glad that you were able to hang out. So it was
Thank you, Kyber.
so
Thank
good
you.
It was fun.
So good to have you join us, and I'm very glad that you are our first guest. We may have a couple others, stay tuned. But thank you all for hanging out tonight. If you're with us on Twitch, stick around. We'll chat for a little bit after. But if you are with us on YouTube, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And once again, reminder that Kyber and I do a podcast. There's a couple other episodes. It's called Charting Adventures. We've been doing a series on how to essentially start a campaign and get rolling, and that's been a really fun series to do. So if you are curious about that, both from a DM and a player perspective, go check that out. Also, we build Vallano on, like, during the podcast, during one of the sessions. So if you want to see how he was built and some of the homebrew stuff we did, and also staged a little bit of, like, how to work with your DM on this cool character concept you have, go check that out. I think that's episode 3? I don't remember off the top of my head. Kyber's like, I'll go look it up. I'll leave it in the
interweb.
I will leave it in the description below. You're welcome. But anyway, as I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to check out all the other socials, heading over to musesmythos.com to get some more information on what we're doing here, or if you want to play in a mini campaign in this world, I do have that available as well. And get connected in other ways. Thank you. And once again, happy birthday to our 2 birthday friends. So Cece and Kenny both have birthdays this week that we are recording. So this will go up actually on Kenny's birthday. But it's just because it's Saturday. It's just, stop being sentimental about it. It's just gonna go up on Saturday.
Y'all better comment happy birthday in the comments, or else Kenny's gonna cry a little tear.
And
well, no one needs that.
And also, say a huge congratulations to Kyber. We're in a little bit of a rush because Kyber is taking off tomorrow. Do you want to share the big news, Kyber?
Yes, I am. So, for those who don't know, we kind of had to do a bit of a crime crunch. I know we skipped last week because so many people weren't feeling well, myself included. So we were on a bit of a time crunch to get this one done because I actually leave town tomorrow. I am going to be out of the country for almost a month. Because I am getting married.
Congratulations!
I am super stoked. My fiance has been sitting like 5 feet from me, tolerating me on this call the entire time.
We love his fiance. She's great. She's cameoed in a couple of our podcasts.
Your almost husband. He's great.
Nah, she knows what characters are. No, it's good.
I'm also married.
Look, ship the characters, not the players. That's as long as that's cool.
Exactly. Consent
in
forms.
all fairness,
This is why you do RPG consent forms, so that you know what players are okay with and what you can do in character. Anyway, huge congratulations to Kyber. Everybody's celebrating stuff this week. So thank you guys again so much for joining. If you're with us on Twitch, stick around. We'll chat for a little bit. If you are with us on YouTube, as I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe. We love you all. You're all amazing. Come hang out with us live 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Zari the Muse, or just stay tuned for the next episode. They usually go up on Saturdays. So thank you all, and we will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.